Doctor, do you feel like you're in charge of your money? Or does it feel like your money is in charge of you? Are there things that you want to do with your life, but finances keep getting in the way? If that question makes you uncomfortable, you're not alone. And it doesn't mean you're bad with money. It usually means you were never taught how money decisions actually get made, or how deeply they shape the life you're living. Most doctors believe that once they earn enough, things will finally be easier, less stress, more choice, more freedom. But for many physicians, that's not what happens. Income goes up, and so does pressure. Decisions feel heavier, options feel narrower, and money, ironically, starts to feel more complicated, not less. That's because more money rarely fixes a money problem. What looks like a money problem is often a decision problem, driven by habits formed under pressure, responsibility, and time scarcity. If you don't understand how money decisions actually shape your life, you can work harder, earn more, and still end up with less of what you want and more of what you don't want. If we haven't met, my name is Dr. Vicki Rackner. I'm a retired surgeon, and for a long time, I believed what many doctors believe. If I just work hard, do the right things, and make smart choices, everything will take care of itself. But over years of practice, and later through hundreds of conversations with doctors about their money stories, I started to notice a pattern. Money was never just money. It was tied to safety, responsibility, identity, worth, belonging. These forces were shaping decisions far more powerfully than intelligence or knowledge. I also learned this in my personal life. When a family member struggled with OCD, I learned something essential. Insight alone doesn't change behavior. My loved one with OCD said, "Look, I know that half an hour of hand washing was creating chapped, cracked hands that actually increased my risk of infection. Still, I couldn't help myself." You can understand exactly what's happening, just like my relative, and still create the same patterns unless you change what's driving those decisions. Money works the same way. That is behavioral finance in a nutshell. That realization led me to what I now call the TrueWealth Way. True wealth is not a number. It's not a net worth target. True wealth is about how you design your life. Here's something most physicians have never been told. The same unconscious decision patterns that quietly lead to burnout also shape your financial life. True wealth and burnout are two sides of the same coin. Moving away from burnout is not different than moving towards true wealth. It's the same work. I think about true wealth in three parts. First, there's a satisfied life. That's where your decisions and bank statements and calendar all reflect your values and priorities, not what everyone else expects of you. A rich life is one in which your spending supports your satisfaction today without guilt or pressure or regret. Think of a rich life as a snapshot in time. A wealthy life is one in which money buys freedom and options, even if your earned income ended today. Work becomes a choice, not an obligation. A wealthy life is a combination of days of a rich life. It's like a movie. Most doctors skip the first two and jump straight into wealth tactics. That's where things quietly break. At the center of the TrueWealth Way is a simple model I call the True Wealth Engine. Here's the reality we all share. Every month for the rest of our lives, we will have bills to pay, which means our lives are always being funded by an exchange between time and money. You exchange time for money through your work, and you exchange money for time when your money starts working for you. Every dollar that enters your life is assigned to one of two roles: It can be a today dollar that meets today's lifestyle choices, or it can be a tomorrow dollar you put to work making money. The way that you earn and spend and invest and protect both your time and money are all interconnected. What feels like a money problem is often referred pain. Just as left arm pain can be a symptom of angina, financial stress is often a signal, not the root cause. When you look at the entire ecosystem of choices, the real issue becomes visible. Now, this is where many doctors get tripped up. Being rich is about today. Being wealthy is about freedom. After years of delayed gratification, it makes sense to finally spend like you're rich. That impulse isn't irresponsible, it's human. But when those spending habits go unexamined, they quietly limit future choices. Medicine trains us to compare ourselves to our peers, to follow a standard of care. This comparison saves lives at the hospital, but at home, it often drives financial decisions that feel normal and lead to constraint instead of freedom. Keeping up with the Dr. Joneses has its price. Poor money outcomes are usually driven by unconscious habits and decision patterns, not a lack of income. Until those habits are examined, more money often just creates a bigger version of the same problem. That doesn't mean that anything is broken, but much is misunderstood. So the TrueWealth Way is not about picking investments or managing portfolios. My goal is to help you become the kind of person for whom good financial advice actually works. I help you change how decisions get made so the outcomes change naturally. Here's what I know from lots and lots of experience. When you up-level your relationship with money and make better money choices, you up-level your life. Because those choices, how you earn and spend and invest and protect both your time and your money, are what quietly shape whether your life feels aligned or exhausting. In future episodes, I'll walk you through each part of the TrueWealth Way, how to build a satisfied life, a rich life, and a wealthy life without losing yourself along the way. Because money should support your life, not run it.